Hello, and thank you for checking in with us today on Hotel Home. My special guest today is Lindsay. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
And we're going to talk about working out today. Now, can you tell us how long you've lived in hotels?
Yes, for about 4.5 years, so a pretty long time.
Oh, wow. And it has to be hard to stay in shape on the road, especially when you never know what you're going to be able to find to eat. You never know if there's going to be gyms.
Exactly. It's very difficult. Being in hotels, there's usually not a gym, and so you really have to be committed to finding other ways to get a workout in. So it's pretty difficult, but I have some tips.
Excellent. And I know one of the things that you like to do is to run outside, which is a great way to explore, right? Have you ever been concerned about safety in an area?
Well, right now we're in Japan, and so no for Japan because it's very safe. But in some other countries, it's definitely important to ask the concierge at the hotel or the front desk of any areas that you should stay away from, or if they know of any good running paths, because it's not always good to just go run on the street. You'll also get stopped at lights all the time, so it's not really that productive either. So it's definitely important to know the area around you. And I also pretty much always go with a friend running, and so luckily nothing has ever happened to me or my friends, but it's definitely a concern, yes.
Have the hotel staff ever told you that it's not a good idea, you shouldn't do it, maybe go somewhere else or do something else?
Yes, that has happened, and it's always good to take their advice because they clearly know more than you do since you're new to the area.
That's some of the rooms, especially in Japan, have been very, very small. And a lot of them haven't had any gym equipment whatsoever.
Right.
So what do you do in that case?
Well, what I like to do, I like to work out at work a lot because at work there's always room somewhere near the venue or around the venue. And it's always the people we know are around, so we know it's going to be safe and nobody will give us any problems. But if that's not an option, then usually I love to do workout programs on my computer, and I'll usually take my computer to a park, which you do have to be concerned about that getting stolen in a park, so you should find a good area for that too. But that's what I've done a lot of, is do those workout programs in the park.
So do you take a whole group of you and just have a big yoga spot in the
middle row? Yeah, we just take, it's kind of awkward because there's people walking by and staring at you, but we've never had any problems or been asked to stop, so.
Have you ever, drawn a group of people doing that?
Yes.
What do they do, or what did you do?
Sometimes they try to join. Which is always fun, just for a few seconds. But that's always fun, and we always encourage them to do it with us, because why not? But I see a lot more internationally big groups outside of girls or boys playing, ball or soccer or, jazzercise outside. I feel like it's kind of popular, and I've seen it often, so I don't think it's that odd where it will create any problems. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned you do workouts that are off of your computer. What type of recorded workouts do you do?
Well, I have a lot, and I've tried a lot of different ones. My absolute favorite one is called Beachbody Insanity, which is very popular. And that one is my favorite because it doesn't require any weights or any pull-up bars or any kind of equipment, which I can't travel from city to city because it'll take up too much space or weight in my suitcase. So that one has always been my favorite. It's also very high intensity, and so I think that it works the fastest. But it is harder on your joints and your knees, so you do need to be careful. Make sure you're doing everything in proper form. So you need to learn to adapt, and if anything is hurting, you could always modify the exercises to make them more in line with what your body needs.
And you're also a professional dancer, so you have to stay very flexible all the time.
Yep.
Is that stretching included in the workouts, or do you have your own kind of regiment that you do alongside it?
Well, there is, in that particular video I mentioned, there is stretching incorporated in that one. But I do, from dancing all the time, it's not really difficult stretching, so I usually like to do my own a little bit more advanced stretching as well. And it's really important to stretch. It's one of my favorite things because it decreases your risk of injury. It improves your mobility and your flexibility, or well, obviously your flexibility and your like strengthening, and it's really just a great thing for everyone to always do, no matter what level you're at. And also at work, because it's a dance show, we are required to stretch. It's incorporated into our schedule for the day, so there's no way to even get out of it. So we're already going to do it anyway.
So about how many times per week do you stretch, or how many times per day?
Well, I usually work out usually 6 days a week, and so I stretch every day that I work out. So I would stretch, and usually it's important to stretch at the beginning of the workout and the end of the workout. So if I work out once a day, then I will have stretched 2 times a day. Or if I'm at work and then I work out, so I'll stretch 2 times, and then I'll also stretch the one time where we're all required to work out together. So that would be 3 times a day.
Oh, so that
quite a lot.
Helps a lot.
Yeah, it does.
So sometimes we are lucky enough to have a gym inside the hotel. When we do have that available, what types of equipment do you like to use? A little bit of everything? Or?
Well, if we had the ideal gym, which usually we never have, but if we did, then I would say I usually like to start with on a treadmill with intervals, like running for a minute, sprinting for a minute, jogging or walking for a minute, and just doing that interval training for about 20 minutes. And then if we have all of the weights, free weights and machines, then I know we're probably not going to have them for long, and so I like to do as much as I can. So a few exercises in every single core muscle group is usually what I do, and then usually a little bit more cardio, like the stair stepper is great, or an elliptical, if we have access to those things. And of course, stretching.
Excellent. I know elliptical is always my favorite, but they're very hard to find sometimes.
And they're also hard to find them not broken. A lot of the machines are pretty old or not updated, and so it's important to know how to work them correctly, and so you won't get hurt, or if you need to stop it, you've had that figured out beforehand.
I've heard people say that some treadmills aren't necessarily meant for running, they're just meant for walking, and depending on how you move, it can throw the belt off. Have you ever had any problem with that?
No, I've never had anything like that happen, but I wouldn't be surprised, especially with the older gym equipment that a lot of these hotels have. But luckily, that's never happened to me. I've never fallen off of it either so far, so I'm doing good.
Do you have a favorite brand of equipment that you've run into in hotels, or you just take what you can get?
No, I don't really have a favorite. As long as it works and it's there, then it'll do.
I know my favorite is any with a TV on it.
Oh, yes, that's great. I think one of the most important things in your workout is having good music to listen to. At least for me, even when we're doing these workout videos that they're speaking through, since we've done them so many times, we don't have to listen to them anymore to tell you how to do it or to tell you when to go to the next exercise. We can just play music, and so I think it really, really helps you to keep going and to motivate you, because it gets a little bit repetitive and boring, especially if you're doing the same few videos the entire time. You need something to spice it up. Music always helps.
Insanity has quite a few videos, isn't it? 10 or 15 different workouts?
Yes, I don't remember how many, but it has somewhere between there, 10 or 15, and it's designed for you to switch it up, so whenever you do the same workout all the time, your body gets used to it and it's not as effective. So it's designed to confuse your body, so you're burning the most calories every day because you don't know what's coming next, pretty much.
And you talked a little bit about music. That's your way to distract yourself.
Exactly.
What are your favorite songs to work out to?
I would say my favorite workout music is anything by Beyonce. That's upbeat. It's usually what we listen to, and she's my favorite. She keeps us going. And there's a lot of times where we get a little tired, and so we stop and take a little dance break, a Beyonce dance break in there. So that always helps us too, where we have a little dance party backstage to motivate us. So that works.
How do you stay motivated every day to just press play? I feel like sometimes that's the hardest part.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's definitely really hard because we don't have a normal routine. We don't have like a 9-to-5 job where you can wake up every morning and go to your gym, or do one of those fun classes at home, like step class or whatever you're interested in. So that is the hardest part. But what I think helps the most is having someone else that's committed, where you motivate each other. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's worked so well for me, because you have a few other people that really like to work out as well. And so we just motivate each other. And if there's a day that maybe I don't feel like doing it, I could get somebody to motivate me. And if he doesn't want to do it, then I motivate him. And then we go eat ice cream. But don't put that part in there.
You say, I burned 600 calories, I can have my half cup of vanilla ice cream.
Exactly.
So, what's your ideal home workout like?
Well, that actually is always changing, because I'm always interested in the newest thing. So, the last break I was home, I got really into CrossFit. Have you heard of CrossFit?
I've heard of it, but what is it?
It is a workout program that incorporates strength training and cardio. It uses Olympic lifting, gymnastics. It's really, really intense.
Mm-hmm. So not for beginners.
Well, it's technically supposed to be for everyone, mm-hmm. but it's very difficult at first. You would definitely, I had to take some classes because I never had experience in Olympic lifting. I don't think that many people probably did. Mm-hmm. And so I had to take classes to learn how to properly do it, to not hurt myself. And how it works is you go to a certain class at a certain time. Everyone gets together. You do a warm-up. You do some kind of skill that can include like bench pressing or a certain squat or something. And then you have a workout of the day. And that workout is different every single day, so you never know what you're going to do until you show up. Mm-hmm. And it's always very intense, and it's pretty competitive too. Like you have a set, say it's 100 or 200 pull-ups, 100 burpees, and then you run 500 meters or something. It's just there's a task, and you have to complete it, and you get timed for it. And you're trying to beat other people's time. You're trying to beat your own time and improve. And so it's competitive, but it's so motivating. It's like a community, and that everyone motivates you, and it really makes you want to do it every single day. So it's a lot of fun. But it is a little bit hard on your body, I would say, so you definitely have to learn how to do it correctly. Excellent. But before that, I always loved to go to dance classes, which are fun, but also a workout. I love yoga at home. I like silks classes, where they have the silks and you climb them, and it's really hard, but it's a lot of fun. So there's a lot of different I'd rather go to classes when I'm home than just the gym, because I really like other people motivating me as opposed to just having to do it myself.
Have you ever done like a pole or a chair dancing class? You mentioned dancing and climbing silks.
Yes, I did actually. And I had a lot of bruises from the pole dancing. It's pretty difficult, and it takes a lot of upper body strength, which as a dancer, a lot of dancers have more like leg strength. So it was pretty hard, but it's definitely a lot of fun, and it's a great workout to switch up your routine and try something new.
If you could put any piece of exercise equipment in a hotel, would it be something like that? Would it be like a set of silks or
that would be awesome. I would love to put a set of silks. Yeah, that'd be really cool. It'd probably be a little dangerous because I only took silks for a short amount of time, so I don't know how to do that many things yet. But I mean, if I could only pick one thing, I would say it'd be something either like free weights that can be used for so many different activities, or a treadmill that can be used to run or walk on an incline. Probably something that can be used for a lot of different purposes.
Excellent. And I believe you've also prepared some examples of a workout and stretching for us today.
I did, yes.
Excellent. So we're going to go see that now.
Perfect.
Here we are. Yes. Show me how to work out in the room.
I'm ready. Okay, well, it's really important to start every workout with a warm-up. And so one of my favorite warm-ups to start, is some jumping jacks, which I think most people know how to do jumping jacks. But we could demonstrate some, right?
Yes. Okay. And I'm going to try not to run into the ceiling.
Good job.
I want to wear a sports bra when you do that.
Yeah, and you need some good shoes too. Very important. Don't do it barefoot. That's a bad example.
I was not prepared. Don't follow my example.
And then one of my favorite workouts, because it burns lots of calories, it gets your heart rate up, and it's a pretty good all-over exercise, are the burpees, which everybody loves to hate. Pretty much how you do those, if you're not familiar, is you drop down and you jump backwards into a plank pose so that your hands are underneath your shoulders. Jump your feet back in and stand up and jump. And that's one burpee.
Oh.
So do those.
I thought there was a push-up in the middle too.
That's called a burpee push-up.
Oh.
Apparently. I Googled this because I wasn't actually sure. That's what they said on Wikipedia, which could be wrong.
Down, back, hold, front, and jump up.
Yep. Just keep going. It's a good workout for your whole body.
I was not prepared to do this part. But I can tell you, it does work up a sweat.
It does. It does. Uh-huh. You good?
I'm feeling warm.
Yeah. Well, good. Another one that's also a good cardio one, but it works your whole core and all the muscles around your midsection. It's called an oblique twist, or you could start standing with your arms behind your head, and you twist your knee up towards your elbow. Yeah.
Oh, I like this one.
Yeah, and you can do it as fast as you can. Yep.
Is this what gives you a flat stomach?
Yep, this works all of the muscles through here. And so it'll tighten all those for you.
Excellent.
Including your obliques and your abs and your whole core.
I may skip part of the burpees and do extra of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What else should we do? Do you want to do crunches?
Sure.
Okay. Then we'll get on the floor.
I'm gonna not crouch the camera. Okay.
A good one that I really like is called the Mason twist. At least in P90X it's called the Mason twist. I don't know if that's true or not. Where you twist from side to side, have your hands locked, and punch the floor.
All the way to the floor?
All the way down, yep.
And your feet are off
Every
the ground?
time, yep, and your feet are off the ground. And this is also one for your whole core section.
And this is probably better than a basic crunch because you're not straining your neck, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're not straining your neck, and you're working, as opposed to a crunch where you just work up in here, you're working your obliques as well.
Oh, excellent.
Yep. Okay, so
Does it
now
help you balance?
Yeah, and it takes some balance in your core to not, fall over. So it's really good all over exercise. And then at the end of your workout, it's very important to stretch. And so from dancing in heels all the time, I think it's really important for me personally to always stretch your calf muscles. So a good way to do that is to lean up against something like the wall.
Is that angle? No. Okay.
Yeah, okay. And then just stretch your calf back.
Oh, I have different levels of wall here.
Yeah.
Your calf back.
Mm-hmm. And you'll stretch all back your calf and your hamstring.
Oh, that feels pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just supposed to feel it in the bottom, not...
You can feel it in the hamstring too, but it's mostly for your calf.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yep.
So you want to step out pretty far when you do this.
Yes, you do. Mm-hmm.
And you said this helps if you're cramping up when you're dancing in heels?
Yes, this helps. Since we dance in heels all the time, we really work our calf muscles a lot, even when we don't even know it, but just dancing in heels works your calf muscles. So it's very important to stretch them all the time. Also, quad stretch is really important too, especially if you're going to do a workout video like Insanity where you work your quads all the time. And so you can always hold on to the wall or something if you need to. But if you don't, then you tighten your core and it works your core as well.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. There you go. And one of my favorite stretches is a runner's lunge. We're going to get down on the ground and make sure that your knee is at a 90-degree angle, so you're not forcing it over like this. It's just perfectly 90. Okay. And then if you want to put your back knee on the floor and press through, so you're going to press through your hip flexor.
Oh.
And get that stretch in there.
Does this help you do your splits?
Yes, yes.
Ah.
This is an important one for splits in the show. Mm-hmm. There we go.
Excellent. And those are all nice ones that you can do in limited space.
Exactly.
As you can see, we could do them side by side in our not so large
Yeah.
hotel room.
We can have 2 people do them, so there's enough space in your hotel room.
And in case you didn't know, I'm rather large. I'm 6 feet tall. And I managed to not run into the ceiling while doing that, so if I can do it, you can do it too.
Yep.
Thank you. We'll go back to our interview space.
Okay.
So that was our workout episode. Thank you again, Lindsay, for being here.
You're welcome.
And I hope that you all benefit from that and use some of these workouts now that you know how to do them all properly. And thank you again for checking in with us today on Hotel Home. As always, I'm Rayna Long, your host and nesting navigator. And may you always travel home.